The FIA is set to introduce 10 new rules for the F1 2023 season, with substantial consequences. Following the 2022 regulation change, the FIA has clarified technical and sporting rules ahead of the first race in March. From gearbox modifications to a new qualifying format, here's the rule changes you need to know about. Number 1. Porpoising. To combat any remaining porpoising issues, floor edges have been raised by 15mm. The diffuser throat height has been raised, and the diffuser edge stiffness has been increased. There is also going to be an additional sensor to monitor porpoising. Number 2. F1 cars need to weigh less. In 2022, there was a 798kg limit, but now in 2023, the F1 cars need to be 2kg lower at 796kg. Number 3. Zhou's crash. At the British Grand Prix in 2022, Zhou Guanyu had a serious crash, which saw him slide along the track upside down. As a direct response, the F1 cars will now have a rounded top on the roll hoop, which should stop the sliding, and the cars should be able to resist more significant loads. Number 4. Change to rear view mirrors. In order to improve driver visibility, the width of the reflective surface has been increased from 150mm to 200mm. Number 5. More sprint races. In 2023, there will be 6 sprints, an increase of 3 on 2022. These will be held in Azerbaijan, Austria, Belgium, Qatar, the US and Sao Paulo. Because of the increase, sprint accident allowance will double to $300,000. Number 6. Paddock working hours cut. The curfew for teams to work on their cars has been cut in half during some periods. In 2024, there'll also be further changes, with working hours cut by 1 hour. Number 7. New qualifying format and DRS rules. Up to 2 events this year will be subject to a trial for a new qualifying format. Tyres will be set out for each stage of qualifying. This means that in Q1 only hard tyres will be allowed, in Q2 only mediums, and in Q3 just the softs. During these qualifying trial events, there'll also be a reduction in how many sets of dry weather tyres a driver can use. The normal allowance is 13 sets, but this has been dropped to 11 sets for each driver. Sprint sessions will see a DRS trial, where it will be activated 1 lap before the current rules state, after a race start, restart or safety car restart. Number 8. Gearbox rules tightened. Gearbox modifications are now only permitted in the case of materials, processes or proprietary parts becoming unavailable, with no performance benefit. Number 9. Penalty clarifications. Following last year's Italian Grand Prix debacle, the back of the grid penalties have been clarified. Drivers who receive more than 15 cumulative grid position penalties, or who have been penalised to start at the back of the grid, will start behind any other classified driver. And number 10, fuel temperature freedom. There'll be extra freedom for teams regarding the cooling of fuel. The new FIA rules state that fuel in a car must not be colder than the lowest of either 10 degrees centigrade below the ambient temperature or 10 degrees centigrade at any time when the car is running after leaving the competitor's designated garage area. Previously, this rule used to be set at 20 degrees centigrade. So there we have it, the top 10 rule changes you need to know about going into the F1 2023 season. Are there any rules you think will particularly affect the teams? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content in the future.